Hey guys, we're at the Ebike Extravaganza, hanging out in front of Electric Bicycle Center, meeting all these people, and I was speaking with John earlier, and you were saying, hey, I saw your interview of the OHM, and you got one.
Yes, I've been looking for a bike for over a year and a half.
Yeah.
And the OHM is just unbelievable. I've been very happy with it, and I've been commuting, basically going back and forth between the office and my home. And my home is in the Tustin Hills.
Oh, Tustin,
so I
nice.
get lots of hills that I have to get up to. And now, whereas with the Trek bike, it took me it was a road bike.
And that was a non-electric bike,
non-electric
right?
bike.
Okay, so this is your first e-bike.
Yes. And I've been watching your videos, and I've been really appreciating it.
Thanks, man. Yeah. So do you use the throttle more or pedal assist? Or?
Well, I do, depending on how it is. If it's the hills, I do more throttle.
A little bit extra help.
A little bit extra help. But trying to get that extra strength in the quads and everything else.
Well, look at these. Oh, yeah, look at that. Did you get the Urban or the Sport, or what'd you get?
I got the Urban.
Yeah, the gray one.
Right.
That's great.
And I watched your video with the owner.
Yeah, Michael.
Yes, Michael. Yeah. And I've been absolutely happy with it. And
did it arrive quickly? Because it's a Canadian company. We're in the U.S.
Well,
it took a little extra time.
It took a little extra time because customs was involved and everything else. So they have a streamline now.
Okay.
And I use the service that they actually comes out and actually puts
they build
together.
it. What was that? They have a couple. There's like Beeline, and then there's the guys that Velofix. Yeah. So they did it, and it got it set up right.
Oh, it's got it set up right, and I've got everything done.
Good for you. Well, John, it was a pleasure. Thank you for saying hey.
Yeah.
Met a couple people out here.
Nice to put a face and be able to meet the person.
Thank you.
Okay.
I hope that works out well for you, and I appreciate you sharing.
Sure.
Nice to put a face to the face.
Face to the face. That's right. Like on video. And so we were talking earlier. What was your name again, sir?
I'm Greg.
Greg.
Yeah.
And we're at the Haibike booth here looking at a bunch of different options, and I don't know, it sounded like you were trying to figure out the Yamaha versus the Bosch.
Yes, I've been watching your videos, I've been reading all over the internet, but this is my first chance to actually physically get hands-on with these guys. So I wanted to find out, among other things, the difference in weight, how the different motors felt in reality, because perception from reading, if one motor comes out on top in a lot of reviews, you want to think that that's the only motor to get, but in reality I think it means that it might be better for you, but it doesn't negate that the other motors aren't good motors too.
So true. These days we have a lot of really great motors, but there are slight differences. Break it down for me. Give me your opinion. What's your...
I tried out the Yamaha motor first on the all mountain here.
Nice.
And I was really kind of amazed. I come from I had an electric bike a dozen years ago. The power from this little motor is pretty astounding. And even in the lowest assist level, it felt great. So it does require you to shift more to stay in the power band that the Yamaha delivers.
Yep.
I then tried the Bosch.
Got a Bosch around here somewhere?
Yeah, the Bosch. I tried this all mountain here, this 7.
That's a fun one with the little fender and stuff.
Yeah, it was nice, a little small for me, but just to try out the motor, the motor feels a little bit different. It feels good. It feels a little bit different. It felt like it stayed in the gears power band a little bit longer, but at the same time, it didn't negate the fact that the Yamaha was still it felt good too.
Well, and this one, it's got the smaller sprocket that spins faster and stuff. Did it feel quicker? Did it feel jerkier? I mean, I
did not feel the idea that it was jerky. No,
okay. They both felt smooth.
I heard and read that the Bosch the power comes on and off a little bit quicker, and it can be distracting or disrupting to your ride. I didn't feel that.
Okay.
But of course, I wasn't up on the mountains and the roads and the trails. It might feel differently once you get it.
And in some ways, if you're off-road for real, having a response is maybe a good thing. Yeah. So I don't know. It's nice to get it in someone else's words. I appreciate it.
Well, I tell you what, there's so many choices out there. The only way to find out is to come to events like this and actually try them out.
Well, and this gentleman over here, we were talking earlier. Can you remind us of your name?
Rene.
Rene. Yeah. You've been kind of doing the same thing, reading online
reading online, watching your videos, talking to people. I got interested in it because guys in my beer club started getting e-bikes.
Like, we're drinking a lot of beer, we got to get on our bikes.
We're home brewers, so
nice.
That happened too much. But yeah, that's how I got into it, because about 3 or 4 guys in my beer club started coming up with e-bikes.
So what do you think? Give me the inside scoop on the event today. What bikes have you tried and what do you like?
I've tried, so far I've been here with the Haibike?
Haibike, yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all good.
So I tried this one with the Bosch motor, and I tried the other one with the Yamaha.
The Yamaha, yeah.
Yeah.
And what did you think?
I actually like the Yamaha better.
Okay.
And the reason why is I like to feel what's going on with the bike. This bike here, it has all the accoutrements and all the fancy stuff, and it's very expensive. I couldn't tell in the different modalities what was going on with the bike. I couldn't tell. It was I equate it with riding a Luxo box car to driving a sports car. In a Luxo box, you kind of float around. You don't know what's going on with the road or anything. But
you're talking like a Mercedes that just like an automatic, and you're
I didn't want to
floating.
mention manufacturer names, but you know, luxury cars. You know, both American, particularly American, and a couple Japanese.
Okay.
But when I ride the Yamaha, I can tell what's going on with the bike through the various modalities and changing the gears in those modalities. So for me, I like feel. I like to be able to sense what the bike is doing. Yeah. And that's what that particular bike does for me. That's awesome. I actually own, if you don't mind me saying. Yeah, no. I actually own a KHS a 2500 2015 model that I got from ElectricBikeReview.com.
ElectricBikeReview.com, yeah, with the e-RAD mid-drive thing?
Yes. Yeah. I'm very happy with that bike. So I'm kind of spoiled because I kind of compare other bikes to that one. Sure. And I wanted something that had some zip, some get up and go, and the geometry of the bike suited me. And so that bike suited me. So I was in Las Vegas and I went over to their shop and I rode a few of their bikes just like I did here at Sam's.
Nice. You get around, man. Yeah.
What can I tell you? So that bike, it appealed to me, both physically and power curve and all of that. It's just it's like putting on an expensive suit. It just fits you. And so that was the bike I got. It was a little bit more than I wanted to spend, but I'm happy with the purchase, and I've really enjoyed the bike.
Do you use it mostly in the neighborhoods, or do you go off-road, or what?
Well, I haven't done much off-road. I'm learning about mountain biking now. But I've been riding it back and forth to work. Yeah. One of the guys that at my job, he rides a Flex. He has a Flex. I test rode it.
That's the FLX guys that were doing like Kickstarter thing for a while.
Yeah, cool. Exactly. I was following those guys too, and I was this close to getting one of their bikes until I test drove the FLX. Cool. And the geometry just wasn't working for me, and the power curve wasn't working for me. Right.
There really is something about getting out here and like actually trying them. So
yeah, it's like test driving a car or motorhome or anything else. You got to put your tail end in the seat, because your tail end will tell you what's happening.
It's very true.
So you just can't, buy it. I don't believe you can buy it sight unseen. I play a musical instrument and stuff, and you just can't buy even a musical instrument without actually playing it, feeling it, and hearing it, so you actually have to get all your senses going before you spend, particularly when you're spending this kind of money on a bike.
Well, I really appreciate the time. If you have any final thoughts, I wanted to catch these guys because it looks like we might have a girl over there with an e-bike. Check it out.
Talk to a couple females.
Yeah, get some different perspectives. Thank you so much, man. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks a lot.
Would you guys?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And I've been watching your videos forever.
Do you want to be on one? I'm filming. Is that okay? Oh no, oh gosh. I noticed you had this white bike here, and I thought maybe she was trying it. Are you checking?
No, actually I was trying it, but
you do have the white helmet and the white shirt, so it all kind of matches.
I've been watching your videos, so you want visibility, and this is very visible.
That is true. It is side visibility. You got a visual footprint going on here, and the deals are really good on these.
This is an amazing deal. Yes.
Have you tried it yet?
I did. I went once. I'm gonna go one more time.
This is your first time?
First time here. Yes.
What did you think about this with the Yamaha?
I tried a few bikes. maybe 5 or 6. This was my favorite.
That was your favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. Were they hub motor bikes, and this is your mid-drive?
Most of them were hub motor. The other one was rear axle.
This was that Smart Motion one?
Yes, exactly.
Right. Yeah. A lot of people kind of going back and forth.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you miss the throttle? Are you okay with it?
That's the only question I have about this. I wish I could use a throttle, but I think I'm gonna settle without throttle one.
And to be honest with you, yeah, as someone I've tried a lot of bikes, right? Are you okay with this? I don't mean to put you on.
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay, I don't want to make everyone uncomfortable, but I've done a lot of, riding, and you use the throttle and it's kind of fun. But then I start to ride with pedaling, and it's like, that's pretty good. You go all the way up to the highest level of assist here, high. It's almost like a throttle, but you do have to move those feet.
That's
you do
right.
have to.
I have no problem with
Well,
that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Check it out. Maybe I'll say hey later, and you can tell me what you think.
I'll be happy to do that.
I love it. Thanks for
Perfect.
saying hey.
Thank
I appreciate
you
you
very much,
guys.
Thanks for
And
all the videos.
maybe someday, maybe we'll get her on an e-bike at some point.
start.
Yeah, this is the first step, right?
The first
Yeah,
step
he's
with
doing a good
electric
job.
bike, yeah.
Good job with the safety.
Perfect.
Yep. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
I see you on YouTube all the time.
Matt,
Yeah.
nice to meet you. Do you want to be on camera?
Your name, yeah, sure.
Sweet.
Your name reminds me of a fine bourbon.
Fine bourbon.
Port Rye.
Port Rye. Ooh. Getting me thirsty. I'm getting thirsty. Have you been riding bikes today?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I rode a few of the E-Motions, a Motiv.
Easy Motion, Motive, yeah.
And just kind of getting an idea. I really like the fat style. I don't see a lot of fat bikes here.
Oh yeah, with the big tires.
I do like those.
Right? Yeah.
I emailed you recently about the guy up in, I think it's one of the Carolinas. His name's Eric with M2S bikes.
Yeah, I've been in touch with him. A lot of people are asking
He's
about
screaming
that.
for you to come out there.
I know, right? I'm in California, Eric.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm working on it.
But I really like what he offers as far as
Value and stuff?
value and all the options and so forth.
Is his drive system the Bafang, like the mid-drive BBS02?
No, it's well, I think he has mid and rear.
Some hub motors too?
Yeah.
What, I mean, just break it down. Like you can say whatever you want. Is there anything you really liked? Anything you were disappointed by? Because you've been trying a few things
I
now.
wouldn't say disappointed.
No?
It's just a bang for the buck thing. What I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And if you go with some of the Giants and some of the higher end stuff, you're going to spend a lot of money.
It's true.
And for my first, I don't have an e-bike. For my first dive in, I think I'm going to get ones from the smaller guys like Rad guy, the Rad
yeah,
Power
Volt
people.
Bike.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then see how I
M2S.
like it. And then, like buying your first car, I don't want to buy a Ferrari. I'd like one.
Right. Me too.
But that's kind of my train of thought. Just jump in with something more economical, see what I like, see what I don't like, and then go from there.
What are you going to use your e-bike for? Will this be your first one?
First e-bike.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we ride bikes. We take.
Is this
them
her
down-
over here?
Yeah. We take them down to the beach, ride around the neighborhood. But I live on a hill, and I'm getting up in age, and it's just easier to have somebody push me up the hill.
Sure. Well, a little bit of help never hurt anyone. You get out there more often.
We enjoy getting out and riding, especially at the beach. And the last time we went on a pretty long ride, and we said, hey, what about the e-bike? So we started looking into it.
Yeah, good for you. Thank you so much for
bet.
saying hey. I appreciate it. And I did see, these ones have the plus size. It's like 3-inch tire, but I know what you're talking about, the fat tires. Is that the Motive? Did you ride the Juggernaut tires with the?
I rode the green one, and then down there they've got a fat. E-Motion's got a
yeah,
fat bike.
that one's pretty
And
cool.
It's also got the
mid-drive
the
Broza?
crank drive.
Yes.
And it was very smooth.
I think it's the Big Bud. Is that what it was called? Big Bud?
Could be. Yeah, I think so.
It's a
I think
fun
so.
one. Yeah, and did you like that all right?
I did.
Okay, I'm going to work my way that way. Again, thank you, John.
You bet.
Take care. Yeah.
What would you recommend for a foldable bike, something for her? I don't know, I don't think Sam carries it, but she liked the Blix. We'd seen the Blix somewhere else. I don't know if you know that model.
The Blix.
That's just more like for looks.
Can I put you guys on camera
I'd rather not.
while we're talking?
You got me last year on camera. So I don't
Okay, what was your name?
Charles.
Charles. Okay, so we're talking about Charles's friend over here, female friend.
Female friend.
Yes, quite attractive. She's wearing a helmet. She wants to get on a folding electric bike, is what I hear.
That's
And you're
correct.
looking for some advice.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have any?
Let's work it out. We can work this out. Are you on a budget?
Preferably under 1,000.
Okay, yeah, that's a budget. That is a budget.
I know they're retailing about 1,400-1,500. I think the ones that Sam carries.
Yeah.
The Blix that we saw, I think, was retailing 16.
Follow me this way.
We were looking at the.
We got this. You went and looked at. What did you think about the
We haven't
e-Gel?
ridden it yet. We just signed up for the waivers. Look-wise, it's okay. She doesn't like the colors, but I know they have 2 other colors
Okay.
available.
Yeah, the pink's just not doing it.
It's
right?
not doing it.
This orange one is their new model, and it's kind of neat. They've just refined a few features. But how much are the older ones here, Willie?
They don't change the price.
They don't change the price.
Yeah,
you introduce a new one and it's more expensive.
No, it's the same price.
It's the same price.
Same price.
So you just get new features.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess these guys were looking at folding electric bikes. And yeah, I like Ejo, especially at this shop.
Right.
He's been working with Willie for a long time. He's a local guy. And their bikes it's like iterative improvement. So compared to the older versions here, you look at the new one, it's got a 500 watt internally geared motor versus 350. But then coming back to your friend, I mean, it's like how strong does it need to be or how fast?
Yeah, she's tiny, so.
She's petite, right? Yeah. So, you've got the adjustable bars that can come down and make it a little bit easier to reach.
Right.
And the foldability is nice, but these are still 50 pounds. Like, are you guys going to be hauling this all over the place?
We don't exactly know, but the idea is, we might throw it in the trunk every now and then.
Yeah, okay. So being able to do that, you can take the battery out, and that's like 5 pounds right there. So makes it a little bit more liftable. It's interesting that you said it's kind of coming down to color. Like, that's an important factor, because I've heard this from other girls, right? They're like, they need to get what's the color she's interested in?
Probably just something neutral.
Neutral.
But I don't know. She's
silver, white, something like black.
Silver, white, black. Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Just orange and pink aren't cutting it for her. But
you're doing a good job.
She's picky. She's picky.
Do you have an e-bike?
Yeah, I have the Easy Motion Cross.
Oh, how do you liking that?
It's great. Ride it to work every day.
How much do you use the throttle versus the pedal assist?
Throttle hardly ever, unless I want to drain my battery.
I hear that from a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're a fit guy, right? You're pedaling along.
Semi-fit.
I think so. Right. Yeah. So you got that working, and now it's down to the folding bikes. Well, I do think Ejo would be a pretty good fit. I guess there's not much more I can say here to you about it, but I wish you luck. And
it seems like it doesn't want to move. It feels like the brakes on.
There you go. Now you have pedal assist.
But I didn't necessarily want. I wanted to.
Oh, you just want it without pedal assist?
Well, I was curious, but it just sort of hesitated.
Can I put you on camera? I'm filming this event for fun. Are you okay with that? If I give you advice?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name?
Carol.
Carol. I saw you over here trying to get this Easy Motion Atom going. Right. And I was like, oh, you need to turn it on. And you were like, I just want to pedal it.
Well, I want to start to see the difference so you can sort of figure it out. So what is it like without? What is it like with? And then sort of play with it.
One of the things that's really cool about this bike is you can shift gears at standstill. And so you're in a high gear. Maybe take it all the way down.
Take it down. That was probably part of the problem.
Maybe. I'm here working with you. Okay. And now we can turn this off again. So it's like no assist.
No assist.
Yep. Go ahead and try pedaling now. See if that's
that's much better.
A little bit easier. Good luck. I'll see you in a bit. Sweet. Helping people out. How's it going over here at the Easy Motion booth?
We're doing great.
Well, our rider just got back. I want to go hear what she has to say.
Rode the other one.
So you and your husband are looking at the Easy Motions then?
Yes.
What did you think? Powered on, powered off?
Yeah, it's good. We're still trying to decide whether or not we want a stiffer bike or if we want a more, as we get older, more relaxed bike. So the dilemma we're having right now is, do we want a throttle?
Yeah.
Do we want to have the cadence or the torque?
Yeah.
And I mean, we were both cyclists and haven't been cycling because as we get older, our knees, backs don't work so well. So we're trying to figure out what we want. Did it when we were in Europe, loved it, have come home and now we want to get something, but we're just trying, there's so many options.
There really are.
And whether or not we want to be a beach cruiser,
go
back to mountain biking, we want to cross, hybrid.
You said you tried this out in Europe. What part of Europe were you
in? We cycled through Rome.
Oh, the Colosseum. Wow.
It was fun.
Do you remember what brand you rode when you were there?
No, because it was just
a rental thing?
We went on a tour. There was 4 of us. And we had the best day. We had just a great day, and then came home, and so now we've decided that this is what that we'll get back on the bike.
Back on, yeah. Do you have any favorites so far? I mean, honestly,
it depends. See, I liked the Outlaw.
Okay.
Bulls, I think it was a Bulls Outlaw.
Yeah, the Bulls Outlaw with that fast motor, the hub motor. Yeah.
But then again, I like the Ebikes. I like this one. I like the Emo. The problem is the choices. They're all
a
little different. What do we want on a bike?
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying e-bikes in general, and I wish you luck.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for hanging out with me. So you guys, I'm hanging out. I meet these guys. Was it Thomas?
Thomas, yes.
And Will.
Will, yeah.
That's right. Okay. So thank you for your patience because I've been bouncing all over the place, and I was excited to get your feedback and just hear how this event has been. And you know, I guess we're in the Smart Motion booth over here because it's shady and cool.
Right.
But where do you want to start? What's been going on? What's exciting?
Everything's exciting, but I'm telling you right now, I am really digging this Smart Motion right here.
You do like it? Okay.
I love it, and I'm really close to going in there, talking to Sam,
getting a deal.
Getting a deal done. Yeah.
You know how this works.
Oh, I know how it works. Yes. So, like I said, I'm not new to e-bikes. I've been having e-bikes since the year 2000. Like I said, the first Coca.
The e-bike, yeah.
So I still have it at home.
Yeah.
And I have a kit that I made one, and just the same time I'm going to this event right here.
Yeah.
And I love riding all the different e-bikes.
Well, tell me about some of the other ones and why you like the Smart Motion.
You know I do like this Outlaw also.
The Bulls? Oh, with the hub motor. Yeah, it's powerful, isn't it?
Very powerful.
It goes fast, too.
It goes fast, you know. But the only drawback about it for me is it doesn't have a throttle.
That's true.
And I need a throttle. I need a throttle because I have bad knees. So at the throttle.
That's how I got into this.
Yeah,
you got to take a break.
Yeah. So I have to take a break. Yeah. So the throttle really helps me out. So I was thinking about that one. Although I do like the Motiv. Motives are really good bikes.
Yeah.
You know, but I like that speed.
That's true.
I like the speed. You know, Motives are very beautiful. They're beautiful bikes. Good, comfortable to ride. You know. But it has everything I want in it. It has the speed, has the look. It's not too aggressive with the downs, kind of upright. You know.
What do you think about those bars? You changing your grips up?
Oh yes, I love it. I love it. Just the way it sits right there is great. You know. And yeah, I'm 99% sure I'm gonna go get a deal with that bike right there.
What do you think? I mean, are you actually gonna use the rack, the fenders, the lights? We're in California.
Oh yeah.
You know? It doesn't rain that much.
I can use it for commuter. Yeah, because I can go from my home in Anaheim all the way to work in Pico Rivera.
Do you go to Disneyland a lot?
No, I've never been there.
You're over it. Never been. Later today, Thomas. You and me. Cinderella's Castle, baby.
Actually, it's been 30 years since I've been there. I've been there 30 years ago, and I have no desire to go.
None of the rides work anymore. The ones that you went on, it's all new.
Yeah,
Lilo and Stitch in the house. So, Will, what about you? What's the event been like?
The event is awesome. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been here.
Hey, thanks, man.
And I've been studying e-bikes since January. I'm a disabled veteran.
You are? Thank you. Wow.
You're welcome. And I've been taken by a guy that sold me an e-bike. I have a 2011 Trek.
Oh, you have Trek? Yeah.
Trek with the BionX on it.
Yeah, that's one of the early ones.
The early ones, yeah. And the guy sold it to me with no key and no charger.
Oh.
And I didn't know at the time.
Was it stolen?
No, I don't know if it was stolen or not.
Did you get a charger or did it work?
I didn't get anything.
What?
So I've been riding around this heavy bike.
With no power?
With no power.
Dude.
but since January, I lost 25 pounds.
Good for you. Good for you.
As a trainer.
Yeah.
So now I'm in a market. I'm passionate about the e-bikes. And I believe that it should be people's personal transportation.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. You know,
you don't need a license, no insurance?
No license, no insurance, anything. Just get up and go.
You don't have to even ride with the cars. You can take the bike trails.
The bike trails. I ride with Loma Linda Possibilities.
Cool.
With the paracycles out there.
Yeah.
And we
paracycles. Is that like paralyzed? That's with your hands.
With the hand cyclists, yeah. And they paralyze or quad. It's great. It's amazing.
Some good shout outs.
Yeah. And shout out to Pedro Payne, Possibilities, good guy.
Okay.
And I've been involved with that. I've been a field marshal at the gym that was that came down in Pasadena.
Yeah.
They did all the California rides.
Cool.
I did that. That was great. Volunteer for that.
Well, you talked about you're not working Trek. What did you try any bikes today, or are you just out here supporting your friend?
I tried everything.
Sweet.
Yeah, I loved it. The Haibike.
Yep.
Was great.
Mountain bikes or?
The mountain bike, the S-Duro.
Yeah,
that was a
the
great
Yamaha.
Bike. Yeah, Yamaha. The Bulls, I love the Bulls. The Outlaw, that was a great bike.
That's a cool one.
It's
one of the only ones I've seen with the Sun Tour hub motor. It's a unique bike.
It is.
And then you were pointing over here before. Did you try out?
Motion, I rode that.
That's right.
That's great. it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know about Smart Motion when you went up to Vegas.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, that was great.
Well, that's Chris was floating around here somewhere. That's the guy.
Yeah.
No, actually, that's not him. It looks a lot like him.
He's around here. There he is, right there.
There he is. There's Chris.
Yeah.
Hey, these guys are talking about Smart Motion.
Oh yeah.
Talking about Vegas.
Yeah, it is a pretty good bike. It's a good bike.
I like the way they look.
Thomas was talking about it.
I like the way they paint my rims.
Yeah, right.
I like a lot of things about them. I think the torque and cadence sensing is unique. You don't find that any other bike have that option for the kind of cruise control.
And the throttle. We were just talking about knee injury over here.
Yeah, throttle. I get a lot of people with MS that they can go out for a ride and their legs stop working. And they have to have a throttle. And the fact that there are some limitations to where you can ride them and stuff like that.
I guess that's it. Did you guys have any other shout outs? I just wanted to catch you before you had to jet.
Hey, I appreciate what you do with the e-bike industry and everything.
Thanks, guys.
I watched you evolve over the last year.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job, man. Keep it up, man. Yeah, keep it up.
I'm working on it. Thank you. It's an honor.
It's good, you know.
Nice to meet you guys in person.
Hey, you too.
Nice brother.
Rock on. Give a little fist bump. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, now.
Thanks, Chris. Good to see you. Okay, so I ran into Matt and Pat over here, and you guys we talked earlier, and you were like, we want to try a bunch of bikes today. How did that go?
Well, we did try a bunch of bikes.
What did you try?
We tried the two-turn bikes. Motiv.
Okay. Motiv, yeah.
The Magnum here.
And G.I. Joe.
Oh, E-Joe. Hey, nice, yeah. Hey, that is fine.
And so we've also test drove some Elex bikes.
Yeah.
Although they don't have a folder here.
That's true.
And whatnot, and we ended up with these.
These are the Magnum. Here, let's step back a little bit here and try to get these. So what do we have? The classic?
Well, we got two of these, but one's
the premium. The premium.
With the cast wheels.
Well, so why? Why did you choose this?
Well, we rode them. Like I say, we rode a bunch of them. The saddle's very, very comfortable. You got a suspension post and a adjustable suspension fork.
Yes.
The brakes didn't squeak or feel like they were rubbing funny.
Disc brakes too.
Yes. The centrally located control was a biggie for me, actually. I don't know why, but that's just how I roll.
Yeah.
And felt like a good sturdy bike and rode out very nicely.
You're both getting one.
Yeah.
Really? And for you, Pat, is that right? Okay. So sometimes now ex-girlfriend, but we used to ride together a little bit, and she was concerned about like the width of the folding, and this one looks pretty narrow. Did you have any trouble getting your foot over it? How did it feel?
It was fine, and I like the higher one, but I just thought I'd go with the lower step this time.
So you are doing kind of the step through one,
yes.
And you're getting the kind of the mid-step thing?
Well, that one, yeah.
That one right there, that's yours.
Yeah, well, he's getting
it's a fine-looking bike.
He's getting me a fresh one, I think. We'll pick him up next week. So.
Those saddles are not stock, so I think you're getting a fancier, gel saddle. Okay. And you said that was something you liked, right?
Yeah, I thought that was part of the bike, but I guess
Sam swaps out the saddles all the time. This one, it has this. Did you notice this? It comes up so you can get the battery off really easily. Even more cool stuff.
Absolutely.
Right? Where are you guys going to use this? What's the plan?
Well, we live out in Marietta, and we'll put it in our car and take it to the beach and ride around. We ride our other folders around our neighborhood all the time, 5 miles a night usually. And,
wow.
And so hopefully we can just use it in town where we live.
What are your current folders?
They're called Euro Minis.
Euro Minis. Are they electric?
No.
Oh, big step up, huh?
They're very nice. We like them too. So.
I want to reiterate the whole seat flip up and the removable battery. That for me, that's important because these are like 50 pounds. And if you're lifting it into your car, being able to take like 8 pounds off with the battery is kind of a big deal. And you mentioned like the mag wheels here. They are going to be a little bit sturdier than the spokes, but they add a touch of weight as well.
Yeah.
So,
free, though.
do you have any other? That's true, right? Because spokes go at true sometimes and stuff. Pat, do you have anything else to add just for fun? Like there aren't like a whole lot of girls here, so I just wanted to give you a platform.
No.
No, just ready to have fun and hit the beach, huh? Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I was cruising around and I ran into Michael Anthony. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Yeah, we've talked a little bit via email. You were reminding me, and we're at the event here, and you're in a wheelchair, and we're talking about e-bikes, and I was like, what's going on? And
well, I have MS, and if you look at my leg, I've had 11 surgeries on my right leg.
Ouch.
So e-bikes is the way to rehab those kinds of injuries. I have knee replacement, hip replacement.
Wow.
I have a rod in my thigh, so I'm all metal from the hip down, but I can still ride a bike.
Cool.
And in fact, that's the way I rehabbed myself.
at what point did you actually go from being in the hospital or letting I've never had a surgery like that, but I have a knee injury, and people say maybe someday I'll have to have a surgery. So how did that work for you, like the transition?
I was going through a very hard transition. I lost the use of my legs because I also have MS.
Can you explain? I'm also not super familiar with MS.
Well, MS is a disease that lives largely in the brain, and there are lesions that grow there. And if they're in the hippocampus, you get motor function disability. If in the cerebellum, you get cognitive disability. So for me, I have it in both areas.
Oh, man.
So for me to get going again from being in bed one time for 8 months, nothing was working. I got my left leg to work a little bit.
Nice.
And so I got on a bike, stationary, and I put my right leg and duct taped it.
So it would just flow along?
So it would go along with my left leg.
Yeah, there are no problems duct tape cannot solve.
Yes. So that was one of those duct tape deals.
Yeah.
So got it duct taped and we started riding. And then from there, it was like, how am I going to ride a real bike?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have enough power to make the pedals even go around on a real bike. So I thought of e-bikes.
Now, what about balance? Because I was asking you, like, which bikes do you like? What do you try? And of course, you used to be a ski racer, so you go straight for the full suspension.
Oh yeah, that's it, man.
And it matches your shirt, right? That doesn't hurt.
You got to go with that.
Yeah.
You got to look good.
Right, yeah.
So I went with a mountain bike in particular because for me, whenever there's a bump, I feel that in my spine and it goes to my legs and it hurts a lot.
Right.
So by the time I put a gel seat on and have a soft tail and a suspension front, I'm floating on the ground and it becomes very doable for me.
I feel the same way as someone with just I've crashed on my snowboard and neck and back kind of like whiplash sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So the suspension plus this one has bigger tires.
Yeah.
But what about balance? I mean, you talked about like the MS being cerebral and causing
Living with MS is about strategy.
Yeah.
So you got to find the strategy that works if you want to identify something you can do. So I wanted to ride bikes. I can't ride a bike with the seat height at its normal height because I'll lose my balance and fall over.
I see.
But if I move the seat down, I can put my feet on the ground. Now I have my balance. I just have to push forward, and then the e-bike kicks in and I'm gone, and it works from there.
That's awesome. And then, you're able to ride it around and probably enjoy yourself in a way that not too many activities.
Oh man, it's brought me back to the mountains. It's brought me back to the beaches. This was stuff I couldn't even do 5 years ago.
Michael, I appreciate your perspective, and it makes me happy and excited because so many people, everyone has a different story, but whether it's like, hey, my wife wants to come, but I want to ride fast, how can she keep up? Or hey, I'm trying to lose some weight or whatever. Your situation sounds challenging, but this technology has helped you, and I'm wondering if there are any more resources or any shout outs or things for other people who have MS or that you want to mention.
Well, I mean, they certainly could email me at ma.now@sbcglobal.net.
Cool.
I'm involved in an event called Bike MS. I have my own team. We're riding in October 21st.
Cool.
I'll be on my e-bike.
Sweet.
And it'll be a Bulls e-bike.
Sweet.
And Bulls is encouraging on this.
That's nice. Shout out to Bulls, right?
Shout out to Bulls. And Bulls has a bike that gets over 100 miles. So
it's a 17 amp hour. That's right. 36 volt.
650 watts.
Wow.
And so it can go the distance. That's a 100-mile event. And it's really the only bike that has the combination of the small frame for me and the power to go that distance.
What level of assist do you usually use? There's usually 3 or 4 options.
Well, I go between 1 and 2 because I want it to be me.
Yeah.
The challenge of it is for it to be me. So I've never even been on 4. I don't know what 4 is about. I don't want to go on 4.
Let me tell you, you're gonna love it.
So I try to use the gears. Stay in power 1 and power 2 because I'm trying to build up strength. My body's very atrophied.
Yeah.
Used to be I could put my hand around my thigh.
Oh wow.
And I've gained some muscle back there.
From e-biking or PT as well,
Both.
physical therapy? Okay.
Both. I go to the gym and I ride my bike. I go to the gym and I ride my bike, and that's what I do every day.
Yeah, now, I don't want to put you on the spot, but can you actually ride this one? You want to like hop on? And I think it'd be cool to see you go from a wheelchair.
Let's do it.
Do you need a helmet or something?
I got one.
You got a helmet? Perfect. I'm always thinking about the safety piece. But for other people with MS, I think it's kind of a cool, like you actually...
Sure.
Man, those surgeries, you're definitely an inspiration, man.
I've been encouraging people with MS in particular to do this because I've found that it's doable. And you will increase your strength, you will increase your tenacity, and even more importantly, you'll increase your sense of balance.
Yeah, and community, like being outside and connecting with people.
With my friends, with my family, things I just couldn't do, going to the beach, going to the mountains, things I just couldn't do, going down the road.
Well, let's do it. Do you need any help here?
No.
I already set it up, turned it on to save us some time. Yep, I'm on level 1.
Okay.
For you.
That's good.
And that was the thing. So Michael, I was like, "You're in a wheelchair. Can you are like e-bikes? Like how?" And he was like, "No, I sit in this to help me save some energy, conserve some energy."
Save some energy, helps me with balance, walking around. Standing for long periods of time is a problem.
Tell me about it.
So yeah, so when you go to a show like this, you need to take some cautions.
Okay. Well,
again, it's strategy, and that makes it work.
Okay. Sweet. So it's a taller frame, but you're able to kind of lean it over like that.
You lean it over, you put the seat low.
Yep. Swing the foot over. Good job. Good job. Okay.
And then you just need a little push.
Be safe. There you go. Look at that. Yeah, so he's not getting the full extension that you would as like a full upright, but he has the stability to maybe put his feet down. That's awesome. Woo! Looks like fun. Why get 2 e-bikes when you could get 1 for both? Looking good, Michael. Nice. Need any help getting off? If we head back over that way, I can stabilize you a little bit. Okay. Hands up. Oops. Nice. There you go. Good job. Man, high five. Thank you so much for your time, man. I hope you have a great event. Thanks for the shout outs.
Get an e-bike.
So Rene and I were talking a little bit more, just cruising around the event, and I didn't realize you had your bike at the event on the back of your Jeep, man.
Yeah, I took a little ride earlier today up Glendora, and then from there I came straight down here.
Sweet. Do you mind? I'm gonna get like some close-ups here.
Right here.
So it's a KHS frame. You said you had the e-RAD. There it is. e-RAD mid-drive. Which power level is yours? Like 750?
This is the 750
nice.
with a
good choice.
48 volt 11.6 amp hour battery.
Yeah, and I like the way you've been able to set this up. It's a full suspension bike. The battery would mount right here, so the weight's pretty low and centered. You know, as sort of like a, what would you call this? This was not a purpose-built e-bike. It's kind of
it's a production bike that a kit was added on by Electric Cycles.
They did a good job, you know, getting all the wires and stuff, keeping them together.
Yeah, a lot less headache for me.
Yeah, for real. I feel you. But probably a little bit more affordable than if this was like the premium, you know, internally routed cables and stuff.
Yeah, I liked it because the geometry fit me and it had the horsepower that I wanted, so that's why I bought it.
I was gonna say the e-RAD company has a 1,000-watt motor, and people have asked me, and I'm like, well, 750 is like the quote-unquote legal limit. Have you had any trouble with power, or do you feel like it's plenty?
Oh no, I have not had. I'm very happy with the power output by this thing. Yeah.
You're a bigger guy. You're strong. Like, how much do you weigh? Do you mind sharing?
I've lost 9 pounds actually.
Really? E-bikes maybe?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm down to 230 and I'm 6'2".
Okay, the reason I'm asking, you know, again, you're a bigger guy, someone's looking at motors, and sometimes it feels like bigger is always better, but this is very capable and it's legal.
Yes.
So that's worth considering if there's, especially if there's an accident.
Yeah.
And then you're talking about power. We got the Cyclolite Dash up here. Tell me about that accessory.
Well, it's the Cyclolite Dash 600. It has 7 different settings. I can use either just the round light or the LEDs across the top,
Yep.
or a combination of both. It can start out at a dim to a super bright to pulsating, and I've had people tell me that the light is awfully bright.
600, probably like 600 lumens or
Yes,
something.
exactly.
Yeah, that's super bright. So it's like you don't want to blind people, but you do want to be seen, not get hit.
Yeah, I want to be seen because I ride sometimes to work and sometimes on the way home it's dark.
And let's
So
be
I
honest,
want-
your skin is not as reflective, right? So you need. It's
No.
good to have those extra lights, and I noticed you also have a bag in the back, and we were talking about trunk bags. Can you want to come back here and?
There is a trunk bag that I do have for the float rack, but
A little light here?
I've been trying. I tried this one out too because I wanted to keep just the bare necessities. I ended up with double flats one day on the way to work. I had those
Sucks.
little spiny, sticky things.
Like
both-
goat heads or whatever
I guess
those
that's
things
what
are?
they're called. We
Yeah.
used to call them sticker bugs back in the Midwest.
Sweet.
But I had came out from work and both tires were flat. So fortunately, a bicycle shop was within walking distance. So I went over there, but I wanted to have at least some basic tools, spare tubes. I got a small pump in there, and I also have CO2.
Oh yeah, those little like.
bottles. Yeah.
things.
Those are great.
You packed a lot in there.
Yeah. I squeezed a lot in there.
Oh, it's full. Yeah, but when you're going the distance on one of these things.
Plus the water bottle.
That's what I'm always talking about, right?
Yeah, there's no place to put a water bottle in. I do have a pack, but I wanted to have some place where I could throw a bottle real quick.
I must say, also got a kickstand.
On,
You got quick release wheels, so hopefully the flat was a little easier to change.
I didn't have to do it. I took it to the bike shop and they did it for me.
It's nice.
But I wanted to be ready the next time I have a flat, hopefully just one, not two at the same time.
Do you ever use the USB port on your display panel?
Yes, I have. As you see, I've been through, this is my second trial of a bracket for my iPhone.
You use like GPS or something?
Yeah, there's a couple applications I have. One's for mountain bike trails, and there's
Strava?
another one. No, it's called MTB.
Oh, MTB.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it gives a lot of the trails around here. And then there's another one called Rail and Trail for city streets and trails that used to be
Railroads.
railroad.
Those are sweet.
Yeah,
Rail to
there's
trail.
There's one called the Electric Pacific Trail that's out in the Inland Empire.
Okay. Well, this has been great. I mean, there's so many things to talk about. You got the ergons with the bullhorns.
Those are really,
you like that?
nice. Oh, that's so sweet.
Change up your grip.
Exactly, and there's not as hard on the hands. And I make my living with my hands. So.
What do you do?
I'm a physician assistant.
Really? Cool.
Yeah,
That's right. We were talking about my aunt's up. Yeah. Any other last thoughts on this? Just for your feedback or shout outs or whatever?
No.
Hi, Mom.
Guys in my beer club, this is all you guys' fault.
That's awesome.
Pretty much, and thank you for all your reviews. It's been very helpful.
Right?
It's been very helpful.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great day, Rene, with one E.
Yeah.
Rock on. Here, I'll give you a high five.
All right, man.
Boom. Okay, guys, I've been working with Brian and Wendy all day. It seems like you've been all over the place exploring the options and really trying to dial it in. Can you tell me, what was your goal today? Like, what did you want?
We didn't think we were going to buy a bike today. We thought we were going to just try it out. We wanted to try out the Smart Motion Pacer.
That's right. Yeah, right over
You
here.
were so enthusiastic on your video.
And we liked it. But then you also suggested we check out
some of the mid drives.
Some of the mid drives. And also, I was really interested in the step through because I have a tight hip.
Tight hip. Yeah.
And we went on the Bulls, and this is the Crushlight E.
Nice.
And
you're with the Bosch system. It's got that bit. That's the mid step we were talking about. Yeah.
And the mid motor instead of the hub motor.
Yeah.
I'm real comfortable on the bike.
You liked it.
I liked it.
We actually, so we went out for that ride, and Wendy, one of your concerns was like,
Will
hills?
it go up a hill?
Well, we didn't really have a great hill.
No hills around here.
But what did you think? I mean, how did you simulate a hill?
It goes fine. We had a teeny little hill.
Yeah, and it was like there's more than enough power for that.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But we also talked about switching gears and stuff, and how with the mid drive that's important.
And it really truly is. I had to get a good, nice lower, here, and It worked fine. The power was great. The torque was terrific on this bike. You know.
So you're each getting one now? Is that the plan?
We're both gonna get one.
How are you gonna ride them? Like, what's the plan? Where are you gonna go?
Well, I ride a bike everywhere all the time, so I do all my errands. I actually have 40,000 miles on my 2001 car because I just ride my bike.
Just sits there,
everywhere.
huh? Wow.
My bike
Have you heard about Uber? That's
no,
you just. Well,
my car is paid for.
This has a rack too, right? So you got the rack and the fenders, and if you're going to use it for utility, it's a good thing.
So I'm going to get greater range. So I do. I might go 5 miles a day to do my errands.
Good.
But you might go to the beach with it
now
too.
I'll go further.
You guys can go together, right? Yeah.
He'll more likely go, and I'll go places where they're bigger hills. Now I'm like, well, that's a big hill.
So I don't want to tell the story for you, but we were out there riding around and doing the hill thing and stuff, and you mentioned a couple other concerns or question marks, and I think one of them was, oh, is it going to be loud with the fenders? And what did you think?
It's really quiet.
Really quiet.
That one's really attached to the bike rack.
Yeah.
And so it's very solid.
Awesome.
So I've never had a bike rack because they always rattle.
Yeah.
That one doesn't.
That one did it for you. Okay.
Right. So I'm used to having a backpack instead of a bike rack.
Nice.
But I might use a bike rack.
You really get around out there riding with your backpack on. Hey, what's going to happen to your old bikes now?
Oh, man.
I already have someone who wants mine.
Oh, that's awesome. It's got it lined
I have
up.
a nice Trek that I'm going to try to sell.
Yeah.
It's just in really nice shape because I don't ride it like 40,000 miles.
Mine's a little more worn. I have a girlfriend who just was saying that she really wants a bike and she has to shop, and I was like,
try mine.
Yeah.
But you can't afford an e-bike.
Yeah, they are more expensive.
Yeah.
So it sounded like you guys got a good deal today too. So we'll leave that part, for the people to guess. But it's a nicer bike. These are almost $4,000 a piece.
Right.
So the expo is kind of a fun event that Sam does each year. Where people can come out and the manufacturers. Yeah, we're in the middle, kind of the end of 17 model year. So I'm glad you guys found a great deal. I really appreciate you spending the time.
We love being with you, and you really helped us a lot.
Thank you so much.
We watched a lot of your videos.
So the event's kind of winding down. I'm at the Ebike Extravaganza that Sam has at the Electric Bicycle Center. And then this guy wanders in. You say you saw the video I did, right?
I did, just a couple hours ago.
And you rode your bike all the way here.
From where? From Seal Beach.
Seal Beach, I love Seal Beach. That's a wonderful town.
Awesome Bolsa Chica through Valley View?
No, I'm over off the San Gabriel River
Okay,
bike
very
trail.
good. Yeah.
How many miles is that?
Yeah, that would be about 15.
15 miles. Dude, you got lights and you got a mirror.
Safety first.
I'm with you, bro. Yeah.
Hey, if you're not seen, you get hit.
That's true.
Especially with all the texting and social media that people are doing these days.
Back up and take a look at this Mad Max machine you rode in on.
Look at this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude, you got a front rack, you got the rear rack.
Is that your lock, or that's keep the spars straight?
Is that a kickstand? Is this a kickstand?
No,
this is a maintenance bar that I use to keep the
front end straight.
The handlebars.
So it doesn't lean over one direction when he's got it all loaded down with weight. Check it out.
Because
See, this is like a
look at that.
It's like a lockout.
So it's like a mid-frame kickstand, and then it keeps the handlebar straight to load the front basket. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that was smart, Sam? Yeah, right on.
It's got the panniers down here. This reminds me of the trip me and Kanika did in Thailand, where we did 1,700 miles on a tandem and took 6 months to go through Southeast Asia.
That's a relationship test.
Yeah,
right
no
there.
doubt. Yeah, but that thing is loaded down like we were loaded down for bear.
Dude, how long have you been working on this thing?
I've had the bike about 2 years. This is a Trek DS 8.6. I liked it because of the upgraded components.
Yep.
Then I slapped a Lunicycle 750 BBS 02.
Right.
Right on the as a mid-drive.
Shout out all the people who are always like, what about Lunicycle? It's like, yeah, they're everywhere. You see the kits.
This thing has been bomb-proof.
Have they treated you all right? Like the customer support and everyone?
Absolutely.
That's good to hear.
Either by email
really big battery, too.
Yeah, this is 13.5.
48 volt?
No, 52 volt.
That's right, 52
Whoa,
volt.
Yeah,
52 volt.
I started off with the 48 volt and decided to go with the 52, and I was able to get the extra mileage that I need. Plus, I got a spare tank.
Huh.
That's they call that a Mighty Max, I believe.
What's the deal with the interesting camo tape? Is it just for fun, or?
Well, the original paint job on this was matte black, and just running your fingernail across it would mar it.
Yeah.
So I put it on there just as just to protect the paint job. but it kind of uglifies it, so
Exactly.
it
What
prevents.
a lot of guys do to keep it kind of stealth looking, so it's not so apt to be stolen as well.
Pretty much, and it's done its job. But then again, I use this large kryptonite lock, and I got another lock in the saddlebag.
Little bento box for your. And look at, do you use that for like GPS or music or?
Both.
Yeah, I see your headphones right here.
Absolutely.
That's sweet.
You got to have tunes while you're on the road.
You know, what top speed do you get out of this thing?
30 with.
And you're a big
pedal
guy.
assist.
What do you weigh, if you mind me asking?
240.
Yeah, so he's about, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, and the bike is heavy itself. It's you lift that up. See, you try to guess what that weighs. About 50 at best, at least, right?
I was going to say somewhere between 50 to 60 pounds with all your gear on here.
As a heads up, I love your helmet and your setup. A couple times I've been riding with earbuds and I get wind noise. And I was introduced to a new helmet by like Senna that does, it's like speakers on the helmet kind of.
Yeah, I saw that video too, but I just wasn't convinced that I was going to do the job. But these are called earbags.
Yeah.
And they're designed for cold weather. So what I do is I put them on, and they do a great job at muffling out the wind noise.
It's like a mic baffle, right? It's like
pretty
it's
much.
a windscreen.
That's exactly what
Dude,
it does.
rock on.
And
I'm so glad I asked, right? This
Absolutely.
is perfect.
So I have it on this side because I was hooked up with this mic on this side, a headphone piece, listening to directions.
Can I see the back of your helmet too?
Absolutely.
Look at that. He's got like the light and the battery.
This is a...
It looks like a Bontrager.
Bontrager.
It's another Trek branded thing. You got the ergo grips. I didn't want to get too caught up, but you know, it's neat to see this stuff, and it sounds like it's been working well for you. Any final thoughts, Sam, before we move to the next?
You know, there's a lot of guys that are out there doing the DIY thing, and that is something that we're not doing anymore, but we're giving references out to the new guys in Orange County that are getting into the e-bike industry.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys are just doing it at home yourself. Did you install your kit yourself?
I did.
Yeah, there you go.
Good job.
Yeah, it took me a couple days. There was an extra part that I needed to make the cable a little bit lower profile so I could get that mid-drive through there to complete the job.
We've been sending referrals to a lot of guys, and some of the guys say, hey, stop sending us referrals. We're too busy. We can't handle all the business you're sending us.
Yeah.
So it's a merging industry. You know, there's a lot of guys that are looking for this exact setup, and they're looking for someone. This guy's this is a MacGyver kind of guy that can do it himself.
Exactly.
But there are a lot of guys looking for somebody to help them out, and they just need to Google that or call around and see who can help them out with that.
Stuff. And Endless Sphere, were you on Endless Sphere?
I browsed Endless Sphere, but I learned a lot about how to put this together through YouTube videos.
Awesome.
Yeah, Lunacycle
I'm familiar with
has
that.
plenty of
They got
good
a
stuff.
forum and stuff. Yeah. Shout out to them. Good for
Absolutely.
them.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you. What was your name
Likewise.
again?
My name's Joe.
Joe, thank you.
Thanks for coming, Joe.
Guys, it's been fun. I feel like we talked to so many different people. I had a few interviews, Sam and I, talking to the different brands. I have a bunch more videos up there. I just want to say thanks again, you know?
Got it. Thanks for coming out, Court. And thanks for supporting the shop.
For sure.
And watching us grow over the last few years.
You've really done great. I like your new, you're still at the same relative location here.
Yeah, we just moved next door.
So it's Fullerton, 400 Commonwealth Ave.
Yep.
Something like that. And there's a bigger showroom now with so many brands. You're one of the few shops that has, it's all electric bikes from a bunch of different brands.
Yeah, we do a few electric scooters as well, and we're carrying 20 brands right now, which probably puts us at the biggest on the West Coast, I would say, for variety under one roof.
Yeah, I think that's it, you guys. I'll see you back at the site with full reviews. Of course, have fun out there. Ride safe.